What's going on, y'all? This Greg said it. We back with another one, closing in on the end of the season. Can you believe it? This is literally the last game of the regular season. Yes, Colorado did clinch the ability to go to a bowl game, so you know they're gonna have at least one more game. It's looking like it's maybe the Holiday Bowl, maybe, I don't know. But either way, I know a lot of things is transpiring. A lot of hopes are still there, even though Colorado gave up their destiny as far as having it in their hands. A lot of people still holding on for hopes of maybe making that Big 12. So we'll know around Saturday. It's some weird thing. A few things got to happen. And they say, well, it happened for Georgia, it can happen for you. Shout out to Georgia, who had a lot of weird things happen. I don't know what they was looking for. I know we wasn't, but maybe they were because it applied to them. And they're in their championship game and looking to see if they're going to go against Texas or Texas A&M, I believe. So based off of whatever happened this weekend between them, be it the championship game. So they got their bid, or they've clinched their championship. Colorado is still hoping on possibly winning. So like I said, it could be a thing that Colorado can make it back, and wouldn't that be a story? But we're coming to the end of this thing. I remember talking with B. Watts and others about how fast the season go by, because I just remember it from last year. And sure enough, we here. I remember just like yesterday, we were talking all off season about the season. We was watching it come down to the first game against North Dakota State. And that thing just picked up, and here we are. Last game against Oklahoma State. And this is a sobering thing because I remember we kind of tried to predict what it would be like when we come to the day where Shador, he came in with the Coach Prime era. He was the Louis. When you look at Travis, Shiloh, all the great storylines that came with these FCS boys coming over, trying to prove can they play at this level, and the big hype story from the first year that we all remember. But look how fast these 2 years have went by. Now Coach Prime got to deal with a new reality. Even he say, I don't know, and I agree. I don't know how he would know, because when you think about his story, he was inspired to coach because of what he felt was needed for his boys. So this will be the first time since he started where, true enough, he's doing it for a different reason. He's doing it without his boys, and he don't know what that's like. He will be experiencing that with us, and how would that make him feel? Only he would know. But, he would know at that point. And how long he stay and all of that, that will be based on that. It's a lot of theories going on about would he go to the pros, would he chase out this son. But you really just got to look at the purpose of why he started coaching. He wanted to help young men, but he had his way of helping. He was volunteering and doing other things and being inspiration. But his sons is what made him want to coach. So his sons are gone. So it's a new saga, it's a new era. Travis may go this way, Shiloh may go this way, Shador go that way, Sil McCray and a lot of other boys. And the beauty is our content can be vast now because we're looking at the second chapter of these guys while also looking at the next phase of Colorado, the new era with Juju and all the boys that's coming in with him. This can be a beautiful thing, but it's going to be different. And one would say that it's over. The same people who said Colorado can't do much, his daddy ball and all that. And then they're going to be the first one to say, well, what can Coach Prime do without his son? He only did it. He lived off his son and Travis. And they're going to use the same crap back against him. And he's going to have to prove himself all over again with a freshman quarterback or not. Without Travis Hunter playing both sides and making all the big plays and being the superstar. Can you do it without them? Now it's the new. I've been saying that since the beginning of the season. I already saw that comment. It's just people so predictable. Because one thing they refuse to do is give them credit. But I do know it's going to be portal heavy because that's already been put out there. And that's a model for everybody, really. You're replacing so many key seniors, not just seniors, but key seniors. And you got a lot of young guys coming back on the edge rushers and some on the defensive line that can be coming back. And the secondary has a decent amount, but they got to fill in some places. Offensive line, a lot of them come back, or they may bring in some different, people. They got some freshmen coming in. They also can go possibly get some even more depth and even more quality when it comes to the offensive line. Now the Colorado's proven they can have a winning season and be a potential threat. And maybe it's something to build on. We can look at all the positive. Look at the positive progress. You know, I was always the person who said 10-2. I said right here because I said with the talent, it would take them really just not doing what they should for them to not get it. And that's what we're looking at, even though it's still close. And that was my expectation. It wasn't based off of the history, and all these other people had these history lessons and all about the programs. I just look at talent and matchup. And they've pretty much lived up to that, even with all the crazy bonehead mistakes that they got to look into, because this has been a reoccurring thing with different teams. Some of it even was in Jackson, honestly. You just got to really take a deep look at, like, what's going on with the inconsistency and this and that and that. But very talented team. A lot of resources for players, but they got a lot to prove. They got a lot to prove going forward, the longevity. Because they can say, oh, you looked up and did it 1 year. Can you do it consistently? Can you do it 2 years in a row? The goalpost is going to continue to be moved. And that's just what it is. Just like it's been moved this year. Where you can't beat the SEC team. When you can't do this, we can't do that. You can't. It's like you said, it didn't belong in the Big 12. It was the worst. They run through that, look like they're about to win it. You heard them move it to, well, you can't beat nobody in the SEC. SEC beating each other. So that was part of the thing I want to see. I want to see them go against them. If they're ready, I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. I mean, the last game, they didn't really look like themselves, but that definitely won't cut it in a predominant run, big offensive lineman, big back, running league. Because that's what they played like, Kansas looked like. And Colorado, going forward, they are a team that has a chance to build on not only the record, but the hype. They get the chance to build on the brand. Can they continue to sell out? Can they continue to be the team to watch? That everybody want to watch them have the highest viewership and all of that. That's yet to be seen. It depends on their marketability. Does well-off be as proficient? Because you got to think about, you're not dealing with the daddy story no more because the sons are gone. Dion's still there. But the Travis, you know, the whole elite guy, they don't have that. You know, you can plug pieces in to be similar. You can have that model player, but it won't be another Travis. It just won't. You know, he is a generational talent. Like they say, a once in a while guy who can play both sides like he playing one. That's very unique and be good at it. So, you know, how to duplicate that, that would be a very genius move of Colorado to figure that out. But Coach Prime is still there. The challenge of being this great coach is still there. That storyline is still there. So Colorado's story still goes on. But I admit it will look different. It could be a very emotional game this Saturday from the standpoint of this is the last game at Folsom Field. I don't know what miraculous it'll take as far as them winning the Big 12 and hosting the play. I don't know. The playoff thing is like gone as well. Really, I don't know what would take place to do that. Even if you win the bowl, I don't know. But as we know it right now, this is it. This is the last time that these people, this crowd that's been sold out, as expected from the beginning to be the last time you will see Shedeur Sanders, Travis Hunter, and Shiloh Sanders, and a lot of these guys who came over with Coach Prime. You know, the last time you see LeJontay Wester and then Will Shepherd and a lot of these seniors, this is it for them. This is senior day, and it's going to be a nice farewell. I can see the well-off video now, kind of like when Coach Prime left Jackson, the emotion of it just leading up to it. And I don't know they fully really processing it because they're so thinking about winning, which is good. And they maybe got still some hope of going to the Big 12. And they know they got another game, so it's not the last game. So the emotion is not as heavy as far as the last game is concerned, but it's definitely heavy as far as the last game there. And I don't know when they would get a chance to process it because of what happened last week. You don't have that celebratory component of this is the last game and we going to the Big 12. Like, it just will be different. But the whole think about, what happened last week. It's a short week. You're coming in on a Friday, not a Saturday, and you gotta win and you gotta redeem yourself. That's really what their mind is more than likely at. Versus this is the last game. They may not hit them until some point in the game, right before the game, that this is it. And maybe that's what they need, some fire. I talked about that lack of fire, that nonchalant, that not knowing the moment. And that's what they say Kansas played with, but that was Kansas senior night, senior day, whatever you want to look at it. But at the end of the day, they played with passion. Colorado played like, oh well. But this is, the passion definitely could be there. I didn't mention Bentley. I didn't mention Hill Green, the law firm. They may play like their heads on fire this game. It's going to be a heavy run game. So it could be a very passionate, different looking team. It very well can be. And it could be what they say, too little, too late. But Colorado's had a great season and compared to most people's standards who had a low expectation for them. That wasn't me. I've always had a high expectation, not just for the fun of it, not just be a super fan, but clearly what I've said and described over and over and over again, it was true. And what we expected, that defensive line stepped up like I expected. The offensive weapons was going to be too much. Shador was going to be too much for most teams. And that's how it played out. There's no way in the world they were going to be a 5-7, 6-6, 7-5 team. It's just the talent was too much, and it has been proven at this point. Greg said it. And that's why we call it Greg said it. Said it, not only said it from an ego standpoint, but remember I said it. And the truth is the truth, y'all. Coach Prime and everything they say he could be and couldn't be, the truth always going to prevail. They say with the talent level, Colorado can't compete. Your mouth can say that, but the truth going to always have its chance to expose itself. And the truth is, Colorado never was sorry. And the truth is, they was never what the people said they were or were not. And it don't make me the most special person to be able to see it. It just make me able to see the truth and not be swayed by a lot of manipulated facts, false truths. Things that are said on ESPN, things that are said on a lot of these content creators and social media. People just repeat what they hear, or maybe they got a hint of bias and they just can't see the truth. But when you come here, you're going to always get the truth right here in the flesh. Greg said it. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe. Leave a comment. And I'll be talking to y'all soon.